Politics. It's not just about opinions or party lines, it's about what's happening deep inside our brains. Ever noticed how talking politics can make your heart race, or how a heated debate leaves you feeling stressed or even angry? There's science behind that, and it all comes down to how our brains process emotions. Let me break it down. Neuroscientists have discovered that conservatives and liberals don't just see the world differently, they actually use different parts of their brains when thinking about politics. Conservatives, for instance, tend to have a more active amygdala. That's the part of the brain wired for fear, a kind of personal alarm system that's always on the lookout for threats. Liberals, on the other hand, show more activity in areas connected to empathy and emotional awareness, like the anterior cingulate cortex. It's like they've got a radar for feelings, both their own and others. But here's the thing, these differences aren't set in stone. They're shaped by genetics, yes, but also by how we're raised, where we live, and what we experience throughout our lives. A neuroscientist named Panksepp has mapped out 7 core emotional systems in our brains. Think of them like the basic colors used to paint every feeling we have: seeking, rage, fear, lust, care, panic, and play. Conservatives might lean a little heavier on the fear system, more sensitive to threats, more wary of the unknown. Liberals, meanwhile, might tap more into the seeking and care systems: curiosity, empathy, wanting to nurture. So what happens when we bump into someone from the other side? Our brains can light up with discomfort, even threat. That's why political arguments can get so heated, so fast. It's not just about ideas, it's about core emotional wiring. But here's the hopeful part: the brain is changeable. Neuroplasticity means we can actually rewire our emotional responses. Mindfulness, just paying attention to our thoughts and feelings, helps. So does connecting with others in real, meaningful ways. Being curious instead of judgmental can make a huge difference. And honestly, a little playfulness goes a long way. If we start seeing political differences not as stubbornness, but as the result of deeply wired emotional systems, it's a lot easier to build empathy, and a lot harder to write people off. Imagine if, next time you're in a tense political conversation, you pause to wonder, what core emotion is driving this person's view? Political stress isn't inevitable, it's something our brains do, and something we can change. So next time you feel your pulse rising during a political chat, take a breath, get curious, and maybe, just maybe, find a way to connect instead of clash. Because the real medicine for polarization? It's empathy, curiosity, and a bit of mindful connection.